Hello everyone, I'm Video Game Hazard, back for some more Pokémon Fire Red. In the last episode, we beat the Water-type Gym Leader Misty of Vermilion City. And in this episode, I was going to start on Route 5, but then I realized I needed to heal. And then I also realized that I didn't go back here to show you that the PC now says Bill's PC instead of someone's PC. That is because we've actually met Bill now and established that he did in fact create the PC storage system, as some NPCs alluded to before. So yeah, now it will say Bill's PC instead of someone's PC. Just a neat little detail there, that you might not notice at first. But anyway, let's actually head down to Route 5 this time. This is a rather small route. You have two paths on the side and just a bunch of ledges with tall grass down the middle. And you also have this building right here, where you can meet the Daycare Man, who will allow you to drop off one of your Pokemon for him to raise. This is a good way of allowing a weaker Pokemon to get experience. They'll gain 1 experience for every level. I personally don't have a use for that right now, but if you just want to train up a Pokemon that you have a hard time battling with because it's weaker than your others, then that might be a good option. Anyway, let's head into the underground path here. This little girl here will offer to trade her Nidoran female if you have a Nidoran male. I do not have a Nidoran male because mine evolved into Nidorino, and also I wasn't going to do the trade anyway. So we're just going to ignore that for now. So the underground path here is rather long, as you can see. There are actually some hidden items here, so I'm gonna cut ahead to see if I can try to find any. Alright, I couldn't actually find any hidden items. They seem to be recurring, but I'm not sure exactly what the conditions are for those, so I don't really know. Either way, they don't really matter all that much. Oh yeah, this girl is talking about how people often lose things in there, so you can find them as hidden items, when I was just going over. But now we're on Route 6. Yeah, that's just the sign for the underground path. As you can see, there's another one of these gates in here. There will be another guard in there blocking you from moving forward. I don't think there's a hidden item here. No, there is not. There is, however, one here. A citrus berry. I forget the exact effect of that. Let me... Oh, here it is. Berry pouch. Let's see. Where? Oh, I missed it completely. When held by a Pokemon, it will be used in battle to restore 30 HP. That is very helpful. Later games changed that to 30% of HP, which would be a little more helpful at later levels. But in this game, it's just 30 HP, which is still pretty solid. Anyway, we have some trainers to fight. There aren't many bugs out here, but yet we have a bug catcher to deal with. Bug catcher Kago. He's got a Weedle. Alright, bug catcher Kago here didn't have very much of note, just a Caterpie and 2 Weedles. Probably gonna cut that. What is probably more interesting is these 2 trainers here. I'm gonna switch Spike up to the front and fight them. Who's there? Quit listening in on us. I'm sorry, I'm just a little eavesdropper. Oh, you got a Squirtle. That is interesting. Yeah, let's go for Secret Power. Oh, that did not do as much as I had hoped. Let's try again, maybe? Oh, and I got the Paralysis. Nice. And it can't move. Hooray! Let's do one more. Not quite to a level up. I just can't win! Well, I'm sorry, buddy. You only had 1 Pokemon, even if it was good. Excuse me, this is a private conversation. Again, sorry, I just love eavesdropping on you, Picnicker Nancy, and your Rattata, which I'm just gonna double kick because That's an easy way of taking it out. And down it goes, just like that. Spike grew to level 20, hooray! And you got a Pikachu. Ooh, this is actually a good time to use Dig. So, as you can see, you dig a hole. I was gonna show that they can't hit you during that turn of invulnerability, but it's just gonna use Double Team instead. Anyway, it takes it on one hit. Very nice. It's also worth noting that electric types like Pikachu are only weak to ground type moves, so bear that in mind. Also, let me check back up here again, because I think... Yes, I just wasn't checking in the right spot before. Another hidden rare candy. Very nice. Alright, so past the little couple there. We got another bug catcher. I've never seen you around. Are you good? Why don't you be the judge of that? Bug catcher Elijah. Oh, he's got a Butterfree. That is the final evolution of Caterpie. Bug and flying type. I think I'm actually going to switch out, though, because if it has the move I think it's going to have, I do not want Spike in the field. Okay, he didn't use what I expected, but it does have Stun Spore, which is kind of annoying. Let's see if I can get it off an Ember. Oh, that's even more annoying. Oh, being paralyzed and confused at the same time is not fun. Because if you don't hit yourself, you become paralyzed, and it's not fun. Yeah, see, just like that. People in the Pokemon community like to call it Parafusion because it's just notorious for being an annoying combo. But I do manage to get off Ember that turn. I just need one more. I don't know why you're continuing to use Supersonic. I'm already confused. Case in point, I just hurt myself again, and yet you're still spamming it. And of course, the confusion wears off, then I get paralyzed, and then confused again. This is how it goes. This is just how it goes sometimes. Hurting myself again. Why are you spamming that? Snap out of confusion. Good, there's the Ember I wanted. Down you go. That was annoying. Anyway, the move I was worried about was Confusion, which it gets upon evolving from a Metapod, but I guess it didn't have it? If it was just using Supersonic and Stun Spore? That's honestly kind of weird, but I am going to use a Paralyze Heal on Mustafar here, because I do not want to deal with Paralysis. That would be no fun. I don't think there's anything there. Oh, we have another little couple here. Me? Oh, well, okay, I'll play. What do you have, Picnicker Isabel? Pidgey. Well, that's not very interesting. I'm gonna have to double kick it. Maybe I should have Secret Powered. Eh, it would have been a two-shot either way, I think. Double kick again. Yeah, I'll stay out. I'll fight another Pidgey here. Oh, Secret Power crit! Love to see that. Spike grew to level 21. Very nice. You have one more Pidgey. I'll send out Blitz to deal with that. Thundershock. Alright, and that's the Picnicker dealt with. Things just didn't work. Now, I want to do something interesting here. So we have a few rare candies. I'm actually going to use one on Spike here to raise it to level 22. Now it's going to try and learn Horn Attack. Is that even worth learning? Since I have Secret Power, it might not be. Oh, phone's jammed to the sharply pointed horn to inflict damage. I misread that as a chance of a critical hit, but it doesn't have that. And Secret Power is more powerful. I will pass on that, I think. I really don't think I'll have a need for that. But now, what I would like to do is use a Moonstone. Because that is how Spike evolves into its final evolution. Spike has evolved into Nidoking! And upon evolving, it wants to learn Thrash. This is a 90 power normal type move, which is used for 2 to 3 turns. So once you use it, you're locked into it for those 2 to 3 turns, and once it wears off, you become confused. So it's kind of high risk, high reward. I don't think it's quite as worth it in this generation, because it gets a power boost later on in other games. I think I'll actually get rid of Poison Sting, just to try out Thrash for a while. Poison Sting I don't think will be terribly useful with how low power it is, despite the same type attack bonus I get from it. Especially since I can still poison by activating Poison Point. And if you also notice, Nidoking is now part ground type in addition to being poison type. So, Dig that we talked to before, that now gets same type attack bonus. So I don't feel as bad about getting rid of Poison Sting because of that. And I'm just going to rearrange the moves like that. That looks good. And now I want to put Jeremy in the front now. And then put Blitz in the second spot. Now we fight this guy. Huh? You want to talk to me? I mean, I guess. I'd rather just fight, though, you know, Camper Jeff. We got a Spearow. Oh, perfect for Pikachu. Perfect. So we can just switch over to that. Not gonna risk Jeremy to the Spearow, even though it's just using Fury Attack, and got paralyzed immediately. Wow, you are unlucky. Aside from getting 4 Fury Attacks, that was actually kind of lucky. But you got taken out by 1 Thunder Shock, so it doesn't really matter! You also have Eradicate. Ooh, okay. You know what? Let's have Spike take care of this. Show off that new power. So, something I should mention. Well, first of all, this is Eradicate, the evolution of Rattata. But something I should mention about Nidoking is that you saw I had to evolve with a Moonstone. Now, there are several other Pokemon that evolve with specific evolutionary stones. Once you evolve them, they only have a select few moves that they can still learn through level up. Most of their level up moves are done through their pre-evolution, or learned through their pre-evolution. So it's usually not a wise decision to evolve them early. However, Nidorino doesn't really have a lot of good later level up moves, so I generally just evolve it right then and there at level 22 and then I get Thrash immediately. So it doesn't really matter as much with Nidoking, but with others you want to be just aware that you might be missing out on some moves. But anyway, We are now in Vermilion City, and I just got the Versus Seeker from this person here. That allows you to rematch trainers that you've already fought. I may show that off later, but for now I'm just gonna let that sit in the bag. What do you have to say, good sir? Don't walk away from me. My Pokemon is poisoned. Oh yeah, we've talked about that. Reminding me about how Blitz died at the desk of the Pokemon Center in Pewter City. This guy's talking about abilities. What do you have to say? Is it true that a higher level Pokemon will be more powerful, but all Pokemon will have weak points against specific types? So there appears to be no universally strong Pokemon. That is also very true. You always want to consider type matchups and how they'll work. So even if you have a pretty powerful Pokemon, you want to be aware of what the opponent is packing. Anyway, we have a fisherman here, and he's gonna ask us, tell me, do you like to fish? Not really, but in Pokemon I kinda do. Grand, I like your style. I think we can be friends. Take this and fish, young friend. We received the Old Rod. Don't take that out of context. Fishing is a way of life. It is like the finest poetry. From the seas to rivers, go out and land the big one, my friend. So, why don't we actually show off fishing here? What I would like to do is go over here. I'm actually going to register the fishing rod, because if you hit select while you have a key item registered, you automatically use it like that. Makes it a lot easier. Oh, and we got a Pokemon on the hook. It's a Magikarp! I am going to try and catch this, just to, you know, show a fishing encounter. But, like I said before, when we have the opportunity to buy that Magikarp from that one guy, I am not going to be using on the team. Just another one to add to the collection. I'm going to use Stun Spore here. I'm not going to attack it with an offensive move, just because I'm worried that will KO it, since it's so low-leveled. I have one Pokeball. I really hope that this actually gets it. No. Well, I'll be back. Alright, I am back to fishing. We have got 10 Pokeballs. That should be more than enough. Not even a nibble. Sometimes you can fail like that. It's a little annoying. Just kind of trial and error. If I can actually... Okay, let's move spots. Not even a nibble. Okay, let's try here. There we go. There's another Magikarp. Still level 5, so it's still going to be a pain to weaken. But Stun Spore should help in making it a little easier to catch. So let's hope it does just that. And as you can see, Magikarp is only going to use Splash. It does literally nothing. It does not get an offensive move until level 15, and even then it's only Tackle. So Magikarp is quite literally the weakest Pokemon, at least in this game. And I should even say that in this... Yeah, it is virtually worthless in terms of both power and speed. It is the most weak and pathetic Pokemon in the world. Wow, that is harsh. Anyway, you're going to the PC. Anyway, Magikarp is now safely put away. We're just gonna explore around Vermilion City here. See what anyone has to say. I don't think they have much to say. I'm putting up a building on this plot of land. I own it all. My Pokemon is tamping the land to lay the foundation. Got a little Machop here, just stomping on the ground. I would actually like to go into this Pokemart to show you that we have new things to buy. They now sell... Actually... No, they were selling Super Potions before. What am I saying? They are, however, selling Ice Heals now, which... You know, that helps thaw a Pokemon from being frozen. Do I have anything I can sell? I'm not sure, actually. I probably don't have much. Actually, no, I do have the Nugget! I can sell that. I'm gonna hold on to the rest of this, I think. Yeah. I'll do just that. Anyway, let's go over here. Do you have anything to say? Oh, yes. Hi, do you have a Spearow? Want to trade it for my Farfetch'd? Actually, I may actually do that. Just to fill up my Pokedex a bit more, even if I'm not going for 100%. Was not planning on using this Spearow, so might as well just trade it away to show what in-game trades are like. And Spearow, off you go. And we get Shading, a Farfetch'd. In-game trades always come with pre-selected nicknames. You cannot change them. Farfetch'd here is just a normal flying type. Not much going on with it. It does not evolve. It's pretty weak. I wouldn't recommend using it. It does, however, have an item with it. The stick. That is that is an item specifically for Farfetch'd. Which I believe raises its attack, or is it its critical hit ratio? Let's see here. Yeah, it raises Farfetch'd's critical hit ratio. Anyway, let's go put them away. Alright, Farfetch'd has been put away, and while I'm here, I would like to show that you can deposit items into the PC. So I'm going to deposit the stick, as well as the Twisted Spoon, and what else did I want to deposit? I think that's it, actually. It is worth noting that you do have a limited bag space in this game, so it is probably good to just put away some items that you aren't really using. Here we have the Pokemon Fan Club. All Pokemon fans, welcome! If we go in here, I don't think... most of these people don't have much to say. But what is interesting is this guy. I chair the Pokemon Fan Club. I raise more than 100 Pokemon. I'm very fussy when it comes to Pokemon, I surely am. So, did you come to hear about my Pokemon? Good, then listen up. My favorite Rapidash. It's cute, lovely, smart, plus amazing, you think so? Oh yes, it's stunning. Kindly love it. Hug it when sleeping, warm and cuddly, spectacular, ravishing. Oops, look at the time. I kept you too long. Thanks for hearing me out. I want you to have this. We get the bike voucher. We can actually take that back to Cerulean City's bike shop. And get a bike that doesn't cost $1 million. He's talking about how you could fly there, but we do not have the ability to do that now. So I'm just gonna cut ahead to when we're there. Alright, we are here at the bike shop, and if we talk to the shopkeep... oh, that's a bike voucher! Okay, here you go. And we just get the bike, like that. I'm gonna head outside, and immediately register that. It will also be a key item just right here. And if we hit select, we're on the bike! And the music plays, and we move a lot faster. Except you can't actually use it indoors, so I don't know why I used it there. Now we hop on the bike again, and we can get back to... gosh dang it! Alright, let's not make that same mistake again. Go back down to Route 5. And through the underground path. I don't think the bike can actually be used here. Oh, it can be used down here. That helps me. Nice and fast to get through here. Don't go back down the stairs. I did not want to do that. And just go around here. Nice and easy. Let's see. I think there might actually be another hidden item here. Ah, yes, a Max Ether. That is similar to the regular Ether, but it actually fully restores a selected move's PP. So that is very helpful. Now, if we go back down here, you'll see that there's a Pokemon Gym, but we can't get to it because this tree is in the way. So we'll have to find a way to get past that. What we can do, however, just go in here, talk to these people. You don't have anything interesting to say? No. Alright, well, they didn't have a whole lot to say. I didn't really care about that. This is Vermilion Harbor right here. This is where we can go to take on... this is where we can go to board the SS Anne. I'm not going to be doing that yet, because we actually have something else over this way. Notice, Route 12 may be blocked off by a sleeping Pokemon. Detour through Rock Tunnel to Lavender Town. Vermilion Police. That will become relevant soon. And then here we have Diglett's Cave. I would like to explore this first, and actually this whole Route 11. But we're going to save that for next time. So on the next episode of Pokemon Fire Red, we're going to explore Route 11 and then see what Diglett's Cave has to offer. See you guys then.